Hey guys, welcome back to another video under series Python from 0 to 1. So today we will be covering Python variables. So what Python variables are? So Python variables are basically reserved memory location which are basically used to refer a point to a memory location of an object. So anything in Python like any number or string or anything is an object. So any label or symbolic name which basically refers or points to any of those objects is called variable. Okay, now the second point is memory address. Okay, I'll be showing everything with practical examples as we move ahead. So what memory address is: data belongings to like different types are stored in computer memories, and memory address are represented by a number, okay, which is called like memory address. And Python interpreter stores the object in a randomly chosen memory location. So you can check what memory location of any object is. It could be any number, float, integer, string, or whatever. So it must be associated with an with a memory location. So in Python we have a function called id, so using which we can check what memory location for any object is. Okay, and accessing any object using its memory location is kind of cumbersome. So that's why Python simplify this method of accessing any object using like by giving a suitable label name which refers to that location. Okay, so let's try over here. Open Python terminal. Mm, okay, so now what we'll be doing is we'll be let's create a variable called month. Okay, so here let's assign its value to June. So if we try id on month, you get memory location basically of month. So here object is June, okay, which is a character string, and it is stored in a randomly chosen memory location, and the location is this. So if we do id for month, we get this value, and if we do id for June itself, then again we get the same memory location value. So what it means is basically the object is stored in this particular location, and whether you are creating this label or variable, it is only referring or pointing to that object. It is not a memory location of variable, it is memory location of the object. So if you assign the same object to multiple variables or labels as well, you will get the same memory location if you do id of that variable. So let's do one thing. So we have a variable called month already. We created another variable called month1 with the same object, that is June. And now if we do id of month 1, then also we get the same location. So it is about it. Okay, similarly for age we can check. A Python variable is simply a symbolic name that basically refers to or points to an object, as we already discussed. Okay, now the third point is how to create a Python variable. Okay, so in Python we don't specifically need to declare a variable before using it. Whenever you assign any number or anything, any string or whatever to any variable, it gets created. So we can simply create using let's say age equals to 30. As soon as we assign the 32 to age and hit enter, so this variable age will get created and we'll be having 32 stored in it. Okay, so we don't need to initialize it or declare it unlike any other languages. The fourth point is how to print variables in Python. Okay, so we have got like couple of variables created now. So Python basically provides a function called print, using which we can print any of the variables. Like we have age. So if you want call print age, the 32 will get printed on console or standard output. Similarly for month, if you do it, we'll get June getting printed on console. So print is the function that we use to print any statement. oh sorry, any variable. Now the fifth point is deleting Python variable. Okay, so whenever we have created any variable, so basically that is referring to, oh sorry, it is deleted. Okay, so yeah, we can also delete any variable which we have created. So here we can see that if we print month, so it is printing June, and if we delete it, let's delete the month. Okay, and if you now try to again print it, so we'll get an error because we have deleted the reference or the label of the variable. Okay, so that's about point 5. And now we move to 6 point, getting type of a variable. Okay, so Python basically provides a function called type, which we can use to check data type of any variable. So let's say we have a variable called name. Sorry, oh, over here if we have a variable called name, let's say John, and if we print type of name, so it gives us a string. So it means that the data type of variable name is string. And if we have age already, so if we do type with age, so we get integer. So it tells that data type of variable age is integer. Okay, now 7th point, casting of variable, can specify type of variable as below. Okay, so basically Python is an interpreted language and also a dynamically typed language, so it does not require to be like to specify its data type of any variable, but we can also specify using using this casting thing. So let's say if you want to store a variable as a string, so we can simply give 10 and typecast is as a string, so it will get stored as a string. And if we check type of a, so it will tell that it is string. Similarly we can do int, and if you check the type, so it will be integer. Okay, now the 8th point is case sensitivity of Python variable. Okay, so Python variables are case sensitive. So what it means is, so let's say if we have two variable, age equals to 20 and age equals to 30. So these, like both the age variables, they are not same, because in second a is caps, while in the first a all the characters in small. So if we do age equals to age, so it will give false. Okay, because they are storing the different, they are referring to different uh, objects, and also they are unique, and because their case their cases are different for a. So if we print age, it will give a different value, and if we print age, it will give a different value. Now the 9th point is multiple assignment. Okay, so this is also very important. So in Python we can assign multiple variables at the same time. If we want to assign same value to like multiple variables, let's say a, b, c, we want to assign 10. So by using this single line statement we can do it. If we do print a, b and c, it will print all the, for all the variables it will printing the same value, because we have assigned the same value for all the variables. And if you want to assign different values for all these variables, that can also be done. A comma b comma c equals to maybe 10, 20 and 30. And if you do print again, then it will give different values. Okay, 10, 20 and 30. Okay, now the next point, naming convention, the 10th point. So basically any Python variable needs to must start with either characters or letters or underscore. So it cannot be started with any special character or digits, and all the variables should be unique, and they can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscore as a special character. And all the variables are case sensitive, as we have already discussed, and reserved keywords cannot be used as variables. So what reserved keywords are, like if, else, for, and any while, def. So all these are reserved keyword, and they should not be used as variable names. Okay, so anything like a name, underscore, age, and hello 89, all these are valid variables. And if we start anything with number, then it is not a it is invalid, because a variable name cannot be started with 9 with digit. It can only be started either by a character or underscore. Okay, now let's move to the 11th point, local variable. Okay, so any variable which is defined inside a function is called local variable. So uh, let's show that with an example. So let's say we have defined a function called hello, and inside it we have a variable called a equals to 10. Now we print it inside a function only, and now call this hello. Sorry. What we have done is we have already assigned a value called a. Let us assign some different value. Okay, def hello. Okay, inside it we will be defining a menu equals to maybe 90, and print MNO. Okay, and if you call hello, so it is printing MNO, that is 90. And if you try to access MNO from outside of the function, then it will give you an error, because it is not defined in the outer scope. It is only defined in the inner scope of the function, so that is the local scope. And so MNO here is called the local variable. So that's about it. And now global variables. So any variable which is defined outside the function is called global variable, and can be accessed inside a function as well. So let's say if we have defined maybe def no sorry maybe rst equals to 87. Okay, and if you want to access it inside a function, hello, and if you want to simply access it, so we can use it. And if we call hello, so it will be able to access rst, because it is a global function. But now here is a trick. If you want to change or modify its value, so let's say if you hello wants to update its value as well, maybe rst it wants to increase it by 5. Okay, uh, and now if you want to print it, so it will throw an error if we call the function, because it is trying to access global variable, and also trying to assign it again without initializing rst, or making it global. I'll tell you what is happening after the error occurred. Okay, so cannot access local variable rst. So what error is saying, that rst is being treated as a local variable which is not assigned yet, but you are trying to increment it where it is not associated with the value. Okay, so it is not assigned yet. It is not initialized basically, and you're trying to increment and assign it. Okay, reassign it. So but we are assuming that rst is a global variable which we are trying to use. So in these cases, if you want to access global variable and you also want to update its values or reassign it, so you'll have to make use of a keyword called global to make it global. So let's do that. Hello, and make it global rst. Now let's increment it with 5, and if we print it, so rst, what is happening? Okay, so if we call hello, so we see that 92 is getting printed, because it was 87 earlier in the global, and 5 got incremented. And if you try to access from outside functions, the rst itself got incremented, because we had made that global inside function, and it got incremented the global variable itself. Okay, so that's about 12 point. Now the 13th point is constants. So Python specifically does not have any formal constants like any other language, C, C, P, etc. But you can create a variable to indicate that it is a constant and must not be changed. So any constant can be made like diff abc something like 78. So this basically means that this is a constant, and this should not be changed. Okay, so that's about 13. And now the 14th and most important point: what is basically difference between variables in Python versus another language like C, C++. So in other languages like C and C++, variables are basically memory locations. So let's say if there are two variables A and B and they are referring to same value like 2020, but and if you check their memory, so both the A and B they'll be having different memory locations. Okay, and if we change the value in A to maybe 50, so again it will change its memory location because sorry, in the same memory location 50 will get stored in C++. But in Python, if we have two variables A and B and they are having same value like 10 and 10, so both the variables will be referring to same object, and if we try to check their memory addresses of both the A and B, so they'll be referring to the same memory location, while because they are referring to the same object and objects are stored in the memories in Python. And if we assign let's say A to 50, so now if we check the memories again, so we'll get different memory location for A, but for B it will still be same because it is referring to 10. So let's try that. We have already done that, but let's do it again. So if we have A equals to 10 and B equals to 10, and if we check memory location of A, so we got this, and if we do ID of B, we got the same memory location. So it is basically telling that both the variables are referring to the same object, same memory location only. Okay, so 10 is the object, and if we assign A to 50 and B is still 10, and if we do ID for A, so it is a different location, and if we do ID for B, so it is the same as like earlier we had for B and A. So that's about it. So this was about the variable part. Hope you have liked the video. Please like the video and also comment in comment section. You can ask any question, any doubt you have, and also please share this video with your friends and family so that also they get benefited with Python series. And if you haven't subscribed the channel, please subscribe the channel so that you get notified whenever new videos are made. Thank you.